Scott.
All right. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Can everybody hear me?
Good morning.
Morning.
I can hear you.
Right. Rid of that. All right. All right. Welcome. Welcome. Let's dig right in here. April 17th already. April 17th. That's fantastic. Good morning, Casey. Thanks for coming. Let me get through my opening messages and I'll introduce you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. April 17th. Let's talk real estate. This is Happy Earth Day is coming up. And we got several social media blogs on that topic.
Is that the redwoods in California?
I believe those are the giant sequoias.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a really amazing place. I went there on my motorcycle once.
Oh, you've been there? Okay. Yeah, if you've never been there, those are phenomenal. Those are absolutely phenomenal. And they only grow in one little place on Earth, up in Northern California in the interior, on certain slopes. And there's thousands of them, and they're thousands of years old. It's an amazing thing. So it makes you appreciate Earth Day. Now, at first I thought, oh, not a Douglas fir. No Oregonian wants to see another Douglas fir, but I think these are special.
That is true.
Yeah. Douglas firs kill us. They go through our houses. They're just bad news.
This year has been a bit tough.
Yeah, yeah. All right, my message today, the word no. The word no is such an important part of the sales process. And once we understand and accept the rejection as bringing us one step closer to a yes, then our attitude about real estate improves. People will say that this is so discouraging. I just started prospecting. I'd much rather do social media and let them call me, of course. But I started calling people. I got one yes and I got one lead. But then people just kept saying no to me. So, you know, like we say, the only no that matters, the only NO that counts is the last one before you quit, because that did you in. If you get told no and you quit, you're finished for the day, maybe for the week, maybe for the month. As we say, it's a numbers game. So isn't part of selling getting more agreements to the conversation that you're involved in so that you don't have to be told no all the time? This is such a basic sales skill, and you see it all the time with good salespeople. So if you're following this advice, you ask questions like, when do you plan on moving? You can't say no to that. They could answer never, but they can't say no because it's not a yes or no question. So how long have you lived in this home? Well, you've been here for 9 years. Where'd you folks move from? So that creates a conversation where the word no is not part of the conversation. That is great skill to develop. This is one of the most important simple rules in selling. The objections you get from buyers and sellers are always the same. They have been for 100 years. Things like, I want to think it over. Like, that's a new one. I've got a friend in the business. There's a new one. We want to compare companies. We want you to cut your commission. No. We want to give you a 30-day listing. These are all the common objections. So just learn the answers to the most common objections and your confidence increases. And then if they give you the objection, you can smile, give them a reasonable answer, and move forward. People get hung up on objection handling because they think they can't win it. We go over objections and we go over the things that we say to the objection, and then if we're role playing this, we don't let the person win. We keep coming up with another objection on the same topic. That's not it. That's not what you're not arguing the Supreme Court. You're just part of the sales process is you say something intelligent to their objection, and doesn't mean the objection will go away, but the conversation has to keep going. Okay, give them a couple of answers and move on to something else. So the last point for today, most people think selling is little more than talking and carrying on in an enthusiastic manner. Now, enthusiastic is very important part of the sales process, but asking great questions is the key to becoming a great salesperson. Asking brings a response, asking creates engagement, and asking brings back the answers to help you understand what you have to do next. All right, let's take advantage of a new year, what's expected to be a great real estate market. I was up till midnight closing transactions. I got 7 yesterday. Everybody closed 7 houses yesterday. Okay. We're off to a great start. We really are. The market is stabilized in people's minds. That's all that matters. They're not waiting around for the 4% interest rate to be announced tomorrow. So we're in good shape. We're in really good shape. Treat your business like a business.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Casey Carpenter with the New American Funding has graciously come in and would like to say something to us, probably about the real estate market or the interest rates.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it.
Yeah. What do you got?
Interest rates are down. They're at 4.5% today. No, I'm just joking.
What?
Guys. We wish they'll get there. Obviously a topic of discussion, but you know, like you just mentioned, honestly, the activity's there. Like I've been telling just people in the business. I mean, really my activity's been the same. Like I'm still making just as many phone calls, having just as many client consultations as I really ever did. You know, and it's just the conversion, you know, of that right now. Can client, you know, afford those monthly payments being a little bit higher? You know, some it's a little bit more challenging, but you know, thank God for co-signers, or thank God for parents that want to help, right? And that's where we're able to kind of overcome those. But it's a little introduction about myself. My name is Casey Carpenter. I'm a military veteran. I was in the Navy, go Navy, for 4 years, and you know, I had a lot of time in the Navy to think about what I wanted to do in life. So I got out, went and got some college degrees. I got 3 degrees in finance, and it led me into the mortgage world. Back then I was with Alpine Mortgage. And then, you know, I've been in mortgage for 9 years since then. It's the only thing I've ever really known. And I love it for just like you guys do with real estate, the freedom to run your own business. The harder you want to work at it, the more time you want to put into it and effort, you know, the more you get out of it, right? And the relationships you build in this business, I think, are key. Real estate seems to be a large industry, but we all know it's a small world. So you always want to kind of maintain those relationships. Where I like to hang my license is particularly with mortgage companies, and specifically direct lenders, meaning you're a direct lender for conventional loans, FHA, VA, and things like that. In my years, I've been able to experience kind of all different platforms of lending, that being with your big nationwide like mortgage companies. I was with Finance of America for a while. I did do a dark little stint there of a couple of years with Wells Fargo, the banking side. So I got to see how that worked out. But what I found over the years is just for my real estate agent partners and things like that, mortgage company and a direct lender specifically seems to be the best profile for all of us. We're able to help clients a lot more efficiently, and I have control of those loans a lot better. So for all of us, it just makes a smooth transaction, and I'm able to find a lot more avenues for clients to get the loans done. I am very big though on making sure where my license is hung at, that company is performing to at least my standards with clients, and same with your guys's. I want them to be competitive on rates. I don't want to see a lot of corporate overhead coming in and VPs on VPs on VPs where salaries affect maybe interest rates and stuff like that. So I'm always keeping top of mind because as companies grow, sometimes they go public, sometimes they don't, and you want to make sure at the end of the day it's about the client, getting them the best interest rate that we can and giving them the best product and service that we can. The success that I've had with my business over the years really comes down to just learning and growing, as a lot of you guys have been in the business and know, kind of trial and error. But really what I like to do is when a client is sent to me, or I have a client and I send it over to you guys and we kind of start that process, is I have a deep dive, about 45-minute consultation with that client, kind of figure out everything we need to know. The biggest things on a mortgage or a home loan are 3 factors: work history, credit score, assets to buy. Those 3 boxes tell you the entire story. And a lot of the times I can figure out if there's issues or we're good to go and we're off to the races. From there, I'll do an application, get their docs, pre-approve them. Here's the important part that I like with agents over the years is once that's pre-approved, I send that out to you guys as agents with an entire breakdown, also the clients in it. And I do a video walkthrough of all their financing for them. So it's not just a Word document with some letters on it or a PDF from an origination system that nobody can read. It's just a nice video walkthrough of here's exactly what these structures look like. Maybe it's a couple purchase price and options we're looking at. So that client's just so well informed. There's no question on like, is there appraisal? What's the cost? Or what's my title fees? All that stuff's just detailed for them. And then now the real job is for them to go out with you guys to find that home, because I don't want them to have questions on can they afford 500 or 550. Like all that stuff is cleared. Once that offer is accepted, another big thing I've learned over the years is I like to talk to those listing agents. I like to go through to let them know we've done our due diligence. I've looked at everything, and give them that vote of confidence that this client's very well approved for the purchase of this house. They love the house, help smooth that conversation over and hopefully get our offer accepted over others. I think hearing from a lender is key, because sometimes they have 4, 5, 6 offers and they're going off a gut instinct or maybe conversations with you guys. So if I can throw in some added benefit in there through a quick conversation, I think it helps. And then lastly, once you're in contract, I create an email chain from start of purchase to closing with everybody on it. It's going to be it's going to be catered towards buyer's agent and listing agent specifically, but any TCs, title, assistants, anyone that's really involved in that communication process is on that chain. And so every time we're just going through the steps of a loan, everybody's updated. Everybody knows when the appraisal is ordered, when the due date is, the underwriter approval, what we're working on, not specific details, but that we're just working on things. And so there's so much just communication there, and that's helped grow my business and give me a good report. Because as we all know, sometimes we get curveballs in this business with clients, right? And things happen on a contract, and we've communicated so much that if that does, here's the new communication. This is what we're working on. This is what's happening. Nobody's caught off guard. A buyer's agent or a listing agent is upset because they haven't heard from anyone or heard from me the entire process. And the first time they do, it's bad news. So it's key to me to be kind of updating constantly through that. Kind of flowing into how I like helping my agents and helping you guys grow your business is one, I'm just pretty affluent with your regular, programs, your conventional, your FHA, obviously being a veteran, big VA guy, USDA and jumbo loans. I've done them all so much that I like making sure everybody is as informed as I am on these loans, if possible. A lot of times the borrower's going to walk away knowing a lot more about home loans than they ever probably wanted to. Unique programs, we'll use that whenever they come up. It's not as often, but sometimes we have a self-employed client that needs an alternative route. Tax returns don't show enough, so we need to use bank statements or P&Ls and things like that. So just looking at ways for us to find a way to make that loan work for the client, and where it's just not, hey, you don't have the best credit score, best income, you're out the door. No, we're going to find a way to try to get something done for them. The last thing I've been kind of leveraging the last couple of years is when we have a contingent buyer. A lot of times we got these clients that need to sell a home, purchase another one. There's multiple options for that. They don't just need to, write a contingent offer, although we are still getting those accepted right now. I'm seeing a handful, but they could maybe go non-contingent with a little less down. Then after they sell their house, they can come back, put those proceeds at their loan, recast, have a great loan, lower loan and stuff like that in the future. But they could buy that home initially with, let's just say, 5 or 10% down up front if they had that money. If they don't, we could look at what we have as a cash buyer program, where we will actually buy that property for them cash. You guys would write the offer as the buyer's agent cash. Then they can turn around, sell their home, and come buy it back from us. So there's just, looking at different options for someone to get that purchase going, rather than we all know that hesitation up front. Well, I don't want to sell my home and buy a new one. It seems too much stress. There's so many different avenues to get them going on that. And then I'll kind of close it out and leave you guys open for any questions or anything. But a big thing that I've always thought of is, yes, how you do real estate, loans, rates, all that stuff is great. But like, what else do you help your agents with? And so during 2020, we all know we were kind of locked up and doing a lot of these Zoom meetings. So I created an idea of like, how do we get a studio going, video marketing? How do we kind of produce this out here for clients? And then also, how do we grow our real estate relationships with that? So me and a partner of mine started building out a studio, and now we've built this out several times over the years, but we have a full video production studio. We have it usually in every office that we work out of. So our current one right now is in Lake Oswego, where you can come in, you can shoot any type of video content you want, whether that be a podcast, whether that be short little reels, whether that just be maybe you're talking about a home inspection for a couple minutes. But it's a full-blown studio, looks like CNN's, and we have a video marketing coordinator in there that her specific job is just to record and edit video content and get it back to us so we can put it out there as postable content for our audiences to see. I think it's key in this business because as we've shifted, you're just seeing that kind of be a forefront for your marketing and stuff. So doesn't mean you need to go in there and start a podcast or let anything like that be daunting. If you just came in for a couple shots of like explaining what home inspections are to clients, so you have that in the bank that you need to email out to a client whenever, after you tell them about a home inspection, here's a follow-up email with a video on it, whatever that is for you. But we put that out there. It's no cost to any agent or anyone we work with. It's just something that we use to grow our relationships with. And it's of huge value. It really is, because, really might not be something you're doing, but something you can add into your future business model. And I will leave it at that. And I guess, for rates and stuff like that, what we know in the future, Feds have kind of leaned towards, summertime being when they're going to look to cut rates. Nothing has been official yet. They're kind of just been holding on to this stagnant area of, let's call it this, on a good day, 6.75, on a bad day, 7.25 range, right? And they've just kind of stayed there this year. But it will be moving in our favor. And we all know once that first one starts and they start to cut rates from there, it just allows us to kind of get that train going. But the activity's been there, and you're seeing clients now be used to these higher rates. So don't let any of that fool you. And we all obviously are seeing more maybe negotiations. So maybe there's some seller credits for temporary rate buy downs and stuff that help alleviate maybe that hurdle for a client with the higher payment.
Okay. Well, very good. Overall favorable news. I had a couple of quick questions. You
Yeah.
said that you'd buy a house for cash. Could you say a little bit more about that? Because I see one of our competitors has that on the side of a bus, that they'll buy it for cash, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I've
or those yard signs out there. We buy
yeah,
homes for cash, right?
and my experience is, boy, you're going to be disappointed with the amount of cash somebody's going to offer you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so think of it, we came up with the program kind of around 2019-20 timeframe when it started to really get aggressive out there in the market, and you weren't seeing contingent clients get their offer accepted, needing to sell and buy at the same time. Uh, Sellers wanted to take a financing option or a cash option. They didn't want to worry about the risk of it. So we came up with this program where it's essentially just to help our contingent clients out. You actually don't have to be contingent. You could just be a non-contingent buyer and use it, but we will buy the home cash. So think of it like this. You would be the agent. You'll be writing as a cash buyer. We would be that cash buyer up front. We will provide bank statements with enough millions of dollars showing on that for that property. You can write it however you and our home buyer, our clients would want to write it. Maybe that's at list price. Maybe that's a little bit below list price, whatever you guys decide. The goal is for us to try to use that cash offer and be the most competitive offer that seller gets, because it's cash, closes just like a cash offer does after inspection period, probably 7 to 10 days. Everybody's paid on that, seller's, listing agent, buyer's agent, as soon as that is closed. And then we just hold that property until our home buyers sell their home and can purchase it back from us. During that time frame, they will sign a lease agreement and they actually can occupy that property. As soon as the cash transaction closes, they can move into that property, occupy it while they sell their departing. We are not in the business for buying and selling homes. Obviously, we do home loans. It's just a unique program that we came up with to try to get our home buyers into more properties, and alleviate that burden of having to sell and buy at the same time.
it sounds a little like a bridge loan, because it's just trying to bridge one thing to the other.
Yep. Yeah. Think of it like the concept of a bridge loan, and then flip it in your mind as like a 2 transaction type of loan or 2 transaction purchase that you would do. A cash purchase, transaction 1, that gets the property off the market and secured. Transaction number 2 is actually our home buyers buying it back from us.
Okay. Very interesting. Does anyone else have any questions? When can I see this studio? And where is your video studio?
Yeah, our studio is just over in our Lake Oswego office, not too far from you guys, actually.
Right.
And so our office address, and I can make sure everybody gets this, but our office address is just 14511 West Lake Drive, Suite 148, Lake Oswego, Oregon 97035. So when you come down Cruise Way, you got all the mortgage row, finance row, big red buildings on the right side over there. We're just right across from that on West Lake in a little strip mall type area, just like your guys' office setup is. We have our own office over there. I enjoy that a little bit more. I've been in the big buildings before, but it's nice to have your own little parking lot office setup and stuff, just like you guys. So that's where that's at. And you guys are more than welcome for us to, we can do a group setup or individual, however you guys want. More than welcome to show you guys that studio.
Okay. I think we'll do that. I think we'll do a field trip and come out and visit. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's see. Share screen. Let me get back to the program here. All right. Can everybody see the screen?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So thank you, Casey. And let's get down to, oh yeah, our listings. What do we got? 22 listings today. Well, we just sold a bunch of them. So what do you do?
Get more.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
So Kung, what's new?
Yeah, in
Besides all the
Portland,
closings you gave me.
right. Our Portland agents are staying pretty busy. We have a new listing from Nick that just came on the market last night in Southeast Portland. Nick can talk about it or give you more information if you want more on that one. We have transactions going under contract by me. I have one that went under contract last week, and closings by Faye, Stephen, and Kendall Miller. So congratulations to all of our agents.
No, that's great. That's great.
Nice.
Faye's having a good year.
Faye is so busy. Congrats, Faye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. How's Washington? Washington as a whole is doing pretty good this year.
Yes, actually. We had 2 closings. One of them was a double-end manufactured home with Stephen and Jane. And the other was one of mine that closed. So I have a new listing. I haven't been able to enter it in. I've been a little busy. But it's going to be an investment property. So someone's gonna need to go in there and completely redo the whole thing. So listing it at 159.9. It'll be a condo in Vancouver. So, but it's a really good opportunity. There's not a lot of investment opportunities out there. So I think we've left enough room. Somebody can make a profit on it if they want to.
Nice.
Very good. And how is Idaho? A few things in Idaho. Did we
Is he
lose-
muted?
Well, let's see. Mario, you're muted if you're here.
I think you're muted, Mario. There you go.
Sorry about that. In Idaho, we have 2 listings by Augie. He's working on 2 listings, 2 new listings, and pending we have Sean wrote up an accepted offer and on Lee's listing on Lakeshore Drive. So Sean has one pending, and on closings, we have Sean close the deal on her Boomerang listing last Thursday. Augie closed his manufactured home deal in noticed Tuesday, and he has another closing coming up as well. Lee has 2 closings happening on Friday, and so that's good. We're having a lot of activity.
Nice.
In terms of what we have right now, I think we have about 7 listings right now currently. Augie has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Jeffrey has 2 for a total of 7.
Very good. All right.
Nice.
All right. So doing well. So whatever the doomsayers said about the real estate market, they were wrong. So we're getting back into normal.
Pretty busy.
Mhm.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. And oh, what luck. 100,000 people gave up their real estate license last year.
Oh my goodness.
On top
100,000.
It's
of,
just the
Wow.
superstars out there.
yeah,
Here we are.
that's what it is. Play the long game.
That's right. Hang on.
The rabbit and the hare, well, the slow and steady always wins.
That's right.
So good job. Good job. 22 listings. I know they're selling. As soon as we get them, they sell. So. Okay, I have the list of company events coming up. We've been through that, but if you have never done it, consider the Mike Ferry retreat in Las Vegas. You get to spend a few days in Las Vegas. You get to meet some very interesting people and listen to some very inspiring conversations. All right, what's happening at the branch level? Kung, have you got a lunch and learn scheduled yet?
We do. We do. We have our monthly lunch and learn scheduled for the 25th, which is next Thursday at 12 p.m. Old Republic will be hosting a hybrid Zoom class. It will be on 1031 exchanges. I think it's going to be a fun class and an interesting topic to discuss. And if you have any questions, join and bring them along with you. I sent out invitations yesterday. I will send them out to everyone again here shortly as a reminder.
Okay. Anything else in the branch level for the managers? Okay. And property tours. I know you went on a property tour yesterday, Kuhn.
Yeah, had a great time. We had a good group. There were 5 of us. We had Jordan Lee, a mortgage broker, join us. We looked at houses ranging from, I believe the cheapest one was $635, beautiful house in Southwest, and the most expensive one was 5.5 million.
5.5 million.
It was crazy. It was it was
Unbelievable.
unbelievable.
So
The top floor was a dance hall.
Was it
Swimming
worth
pool,
money?
tennis courts, 2 guest houses. Yeah, it was.
It
Good
was
for
a
them.
stunner.
Good for them.
I was envious of the guest houses.
Right. That's right. Okay. I've got the market statistics and Casey gave us a good update on the market today. So let me just go through this very quickly. It is 6.88 and mortgage rates were higher. The current rate for 30-year fixed is 6.88. That's an increase of 0.06. Who cares? Percentage points compared to a week ago. The 30-year rate averaged 6.27 a year ago. So stable, a nice stable market. And there is the chart. And as you can see, it's reliable. So the consumer price index, just to give people on Bloomberg something to talk about all day, this consumer price index went up slightly and up to 3.2. And so that was just to give them something to talk about. They talked a lot about how that's going to affect what the Fed does later this year, because they promised multiple rate cuts. And so this is not the kind of news that they wanted to see to justify that. So all part of the process. I've never watched the market so closely as I have now and paid much attention to what the Fed is doing and what the Fed is looking at, and frustrating. The absorption rate, of course, 2.8 months of inventory, which indicates a seller's market, at least for the Portland metro area. And Kuhn, why don't you give us a quick review, just a few paragraphs of what I was just talking about with the consumer price index has gone up slightly.
For sure. It's a short report by The Economist today, so we'll go over it pretty quickly. CPI, Consumer Price Index, April 10th, 2024. March inflation figures were very bad, which also means bad news for interest rates. Consumer prices reaccelerated to 3.5%. This is higher than the 2% target inflation, which raises eyebrows regarding the Federal Reserve's delay in cutting interest rates. The bond market immediately responded with high yields to compensate for the loss in purchasing power. Mortgage rates, unfortunately, will move a notch higher and are likely to cross above 7% in the upcoming weeks. In addition, the gigantic federal budget deficit will soak up more borrowing, thereby leaving less for mortgage borrowing. One strange data point is rent, which the official data shows at 5.8%. The unofficial data from the apartment industry indicates falling rent due to overconstruction. If rent data calms, then overall inflation will automatically be lower. It is therefore possible to get to the 2% inflation target by year's end, even with bumps and delays. So let's hope we get there.
Let's hope we get there. Okay, so again, part of the road to lowering interest rates this year. So they're looking at the consumer price index. A little bit disappointing news.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Let me ask, let's just do one of these. And Mario, I did post, you found a fantastic chart for the Boise Regional. And so I posted that here. But tell us, how's the market right now in Boise area? You'll need to yeah.
In Canyon County and Ada County, Idaho, we're seeing an increase in home prices as interest rates are expected to drop this year. Canyon County is currently a seller's market due to the shorter market times and increased prices. The average days on the market is down to 36 days from 47 days, and the median home price is $463,490 with 1,194 active listings. Interest rates are currently at 6.88% and are expected to go down over time. This is a great time to list while it's still favorable to sellers, and buyers also benefit from dropping interest rates.
All right. Thank you.
I should have another one for the month of March coming up soon.
Absolutely. Send me that.
I will.
I appreciate that.
Nice.
All right, there's a training schedule coming up. Remember, May 6th is a great time to do the Accelerate. Talk to your manager if you don't know about that. I think our managers have all been through it, and it's an excellent class. Same
Good.
thing, the April 30th and the June 4th Go List. And of course, we have more information here on MoxieWorks. And remember to visit our buyer presentation page as we keep adding things to it. Just to refresh you as you talk to buyers and get prepared to represent them. Here are the questions. Here are some talking points for them. And under each state, I have published our commission for your reference. You can show that to potential buyers. And there's an excellent buyer questionnaire, and there's other scripts and handouts that you can give to the public. It's all here under the buyer presentation page, which can be found right on the hub on the left right here.
So in Oregon, we've been in talks with OREF. We have a presentation next month in May. OREF will be presenting their new buyer representation package. There'll be new forms that they're going to be presenting, and we'll talk about how to fill them out and what to discuss with our buyer clients. So look forward. I really look forward to that. I'll let you guys know when that's scheduled, but that will be coming up soon.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. All right, then let's have a quick discussion on, you go down here, the cat. No, the cat's, oh no, I'm on the wrong one. The cat, that's yesterday's cat. All right. Okay, so as we scroll down here, and I wanted to show you something that's going to be different on these blogs going forward, those that attend these meetings and who watch them online. You can always go to C21 Brokers, and the blogs are always on the main page, the most recent blogs, and there's a weekly blog just for this meeting. And we have two basic training programs. And I put a quick reference on both of the blogs. So the business basics are how to make money, how to run your business to make money. And the professional basics are how to really work with your license, work as a professional like an attorney, know how to fill out forms correctly and things like that, how to do a CMA, and then how to work with the transaction management systems. So these courses will be right here. The managers are diligently developing these, but I wanted to put this here to help us get it organized and to make it readily available to everybody. So the first one that we're going to present in all states is going to be the listing agreements, and just kind of for new people and as a refresher on how to do a listing agreement. But today I wanted to look at the business basics and go over customer service. Customer service, a key to a successful real estate career. I think everybody agrees. Shauna, what's first?
Well, there is a direct correlation between the income we receive and the level of service that we offer. If you want to improve your income, improve your service.
There you go. Yeah,
That's-
improved service does a lot of things. Makes you feel better. You know?
Yeah, I was just, I got a survey that was just sent out on my last, my last closing. And gosh, if I didn't give good service, I'm not gonna get that survey back the way I want it. So, God, yeah, and that's, everybody knows that people look up that kind of stuff. So customer service is huge in our business.
It's huge. Yeah, it's huge. And Century 21 has done a very good job. We have multiple awards. We win this JD Powell award every year. We win like 4 of them because the brand recognition is so big. And even with the changes in the industry, nobody's quite doing what we're doing, and we've done it for so long that we're the most recognized brand in the country, in the world. And we get marketing materials with the JD Powell, but those cost a lot of money, so we don't buy them, but we still won the award, which is very interesting. Let's see, make great customer service your obsession. And repeat and referral business will follow. I absolutely agree with that. Great customer service requires regular communication, whether it be a listing in process or a sale in process. Calling them every 7 to 10 days is critical. What do you do, Shauna? Especially with sellers.
Yeah, with sellers, and that can happen now. Definitely at least once a week, I would give them a call. Not just a text or an email, but an actual phone call, because you can't express yourself always as in an email and words. They have to talk to you and hear your tone of voice and make sure that you really care what's happening. So even if it's nothing, I'll call and say, hey, I just want you to know or even in a transaction that's currently going, like we're just waiting for it to close, and I'm just give them a call. I haven't forgot about you. They're looking for a house. I haven't seen anything lately, but I want you to know I'm looking every day. If you're not doing that communication, they're gonna feel left, like neglected. So gotta do it.
Yeah, they are. They are. I remember I used to tell my sellers, I'll call you every Monday with good news or not good news, but I will check in every Monday, because they used to get excited when I called. Oh, tell me it's an offer. No, it's not an offer. I'm actually calling you to tell you there's no offer this week. That's not a great call. So they need to know that you're checking in on a regular basis.
Mhm. There's a flip side to that as well. I come across sometimes over communication. You don't need to call them with every single breaking news unless you have all the details. And I see, especially newer agents that want to freak out on every little detail. It's you can't do the what if thing. Just wait until you hear that like I heard this morning, one of my deals, the inspection didn't go well for the buyer. Well, that's expected in an older house, and it isn't a surprise to me. I'm not going to go running to my seller and tell them that until I have more details. So communication is really important, and timing of that is important too.
Yeah. Yeah. Use all of your service providers to create better customer service. The title company, the mortgage company, the home protection company. I've seen, I like realtors who, in their packet, they present their team, their preferred lenders, their title, all of these people, their home inspection, all of that they kind of present that as a team that they like to work with. And that's a good one. Start the process of under-promising and over-delivering. It's much better than over-promising and under-delivering. I think everybody agrees with that.
Yeah.
And everybody say it 10 times, though.
Yeah, that's why when you do your net sheet, don't leave out anything, right?
Right. What's next?
Let's see here. Great customer service revolves around answering any concerns that they have, doing what you told them you were going to do, and telling them the truth. That's a big one. Do what you say you're gonna do. Have integrity.
Yeah. It goes with the under promising and over delivering as well. Don't tell them you're going to do something that you can't get to. Yeah. Block out a 2-hour period of time every week to talk to your sellers and buyers regarding their transaction. Like I said, let them know it's coming. Remember that the qualities of reliability, dependability, and honesty are what they are looking for. So practice those 3 qualities. If you're using your staff for customer service, have a simple checklist prepared for them that tells them what to do and when to do it. And make sure they know what they're saying. I like that, but it says if you're using staff, you should do it whether you're using staff or not. It just makes your job so much easier to follow checklists like that. Your seller or your client weekly follow-up or periodic follow-up. Have a format
Yes.
for that. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Treat every person as you would like to be treated to enhance your customer service.
Yeah,
That's easy.
that's easy. Okay, go ahead and read through the rest.
Customers, remember, customer service is a method of developing business both now and in your future. It is your residual income.
Your future, exactly. These are all people added to your sphere.
Your customers are your biggest assets. Treat them with respect. Be sure to say thank you to your customers often. And don't just say thank you. I say thank you very much or so much. It emphasizes their value to you. And remove the drama of transaction by having solutions to common problems before they come up.
There we
Yep.
go.
Set the stage.
No, I love that.
Yeah. Encourage your, go ahead, sorry.
No reason to add to the drama, considering it's not your house.
Right. That's
Yeah.
why you get the information before you go running off to talk. And then encourage your clients to tell you what they like and don't like. It creates the opportunity for you to improve. Yeah. And I say, make sure they know they can come with you with those. That's important.
Yeah.
When listing a home for sale, tell clients exactly what steps you're going to go through. Give them a copy of your plan of action and ask them to check off each step, especially if they're an analytical, as you accomplish it. Do the same for the transaction process. All right, and the highest level of service on a listing is to get the property sold. And the highest level of service on a transaction process is to get it closed. Obvious, that's what they hire you for.
That's what they hired us for. Imagine that. Imagine that. All right. Excellent stuff on customer service. And the managers will talk more about that. Make sure you get those customer service surveys through the Century 21 system. Make sure we get the client's email when you close the property. And there's a little crystal award available to you at the end of the year. All right. That's our time. So thank you. Enjoy the good weather. Enjoy the improved market. And I will see you next week.
Thank you.
A
Thank you
good
for
week.
meeting.
Thank you.
Ah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.